These stories about are, wow. These are stories about my reluctant and courageous journey into understanding and identifying my emotions and what I've learned. I'm super grateful for the questions you guys ask because they're guiding me on this fantastic adventure. This week's topic came from Candy, who wanted to know the secret to not giving up, which means that this week's topic is going to be called The Secret to Never Giving Up: How to Achieve Your Goals. In the previous video, I talked about how I got through a time I wanted to give up. And in this video, I'm going to talk about a time I wanted to give up and I consciously decided to keep going. In the next video, I'm focusing on a time I knew that tough things were going to happen and I wasn't going to give up. I was going to succeed. In the next video, we'll meditate, and in the last video, we'll do the Friday or the Friday Ditty, where I bring it all together. I get a little bit poetic, a little bit nerdy, and I make sense of the journey. All the videos will appear in the playlist, The Secret to Never Giving Up: How to Achieve Your Goals. So if you have a question like Candy did, comment below or DM me on Instagram. I'm Angela, and this is me making sense of myself. The question I'm starting with today was, when was a time you wanted to give up, but you decided to keep going? When was a time I wanted to give up, but I decided to keep going? I think that would be, my podcast, I think probably with my podcast, Relatively Damaged, my old podcast. There were plenty of times where it was overwhelming and it was hard. Sometimes what would happen is I would be interviewing these people about their struggles and what they went through. And it would be triggering, or it would be hard to listen to those stories. Now, I was looking for how they made it through, but it didn't stop me from experiencing the emotional journey of the struggle, which was really hard for me. And I'm so glad that I kept going because that podcast, it changed me. Asking those questions changed me. And I'm glad that I got to have all of these examples of people going through struggles and challenges that were able to inform me on how to do it, because I really had no idea how to get through things. And what I was finding out is that even though they had different struggles, the emotions were a lot the same. And there were really interesting things that they did to keep going. But how did I decide to keep going? That's a really great question. How did I decide to keep going when things got hard and I wanted to give up? I think that in this particular situation, it was the dedication to telling the story for other people. I think I had to take myself out of the equation. I'm also a parent, and there are some times as a parent that it's like, oh my gosh, do I still have to parent today? Do I still have to adult today? Yeah, I do. But I decided to keep going in this particular endeavor with the Relatively Damaged podcast. And this was at the very beginning because I wanted to share that it was so important to me to show the world that we're all similar and that we all struggle, every single one of us. People with disabilities, people without disabilities, physical disabilities, there are hidden disabilities. Like, to me, every one of us is on this journey of life, and it is hard, and it's really easy to want to give up. It is almost too easy sometimes. And I think that what I was really learning in that podcast was that I could do hard things because other people were showing me how they did hard things. And that was really, really cool. And that, I think, is the next question is, why did it matter that I kept going? I think that's why it mattered that I kept going, so that ultimately I could know how to do hard things, but also the people who listened to that podcast could also know that they could do hard things and that it will get better. And Because for me, like in the midst of when things get really hard and I want to give up, sometimes I forget that things can get better. And that is um that's hard to even get through. And especially when it overtakes all of your thoughts and ideas, and it's how I would be perceiving the world sometimes. So I think that that's what matters. What signs will tell me that I'm on the right track in the future, that I'm on my way to making it through, to not giving up or to finding success? I think that I will see myself continue to persevere when things are hard. Now, I think that's also different than shifting, ending a project, because sometimes ending one project is really important to, or if you're in the middle of something in a project and something needs to change, like we need to pivot, I think that is different than giving up. Giving up is just, oh, throwing the hands up in the air, becoming like, oh my goodness, the world is against me. And it's like a giving up. Whereas pivoting is a little bit different. So I think that I will notice that I'm pivoting instead of giving up. And maybe I'll have that moment where I throw my hand up on my hip forehead and I go, "Oh my gosh, I'm never gonna make it." But then usually I'll step out of that a little bit. So I think it just is. Sometimes I think it's just perspective. Um, I'm not sure. I'd love to hear from you guys what you think. And I would also love to hear from you, what does it say about you that you don't give up? These videos will be located in the playlist The Secret to Never Giving Up: How to Achieve Your Goals. I'm Angela, and this is me making sense of myself.